doing, cause I'm about to ruin the image and the style that you're used to. I look funny, but yo, I'm making money, see? So yo, world, I hope you're ready for me. Now gather round. I'm the new fool in town, and my sound's laid down by the underground. I drink a bottle of Hennessy you got on your shelf, so just let me introduce myself. My name is Humpty, pronounced with the umpty. Yo, ladies, oh, how I like to funk thee. And all the rappers in the top 10, please allow me to bump thee. I'm stepping tall, y'all, and just like Humpty Dumpty, you're gonna fall when the stereos pump me. I like to rhyme, I like my beats funky, I'm spunky. I like my oatmeal lumpy, I'm sick with this. Straight gangster Mac. But sometimes I get ridiculous. I'll eat up all your crackers and your licorice. Oh, yo, fat girl, come here, are you ticklish? Yeah, I called you fat. Look at me, I'm skinny. It never stopped me from getting busy. I'm a freak. I like the girls with the boom. I once got busy in a bathroom. I'm crazy. Allow me to amaze thee. They say I'm ugly, but it just don't faze me. I'm still getting in the and I even got my own dance.
The Humpty Dance is your chance to do the hump.
Come on.
Do the Humpty Hump.
Come on, I do the Humpty Hump. Check me out, y'all.
I do the Humpty Hump.
Just watch me do the Humpty Hump. Yeah. Do you know what I'm doing? Doing the Humpty Hump. Come on.
I do the Humpty Hump. I do the Humpty Hump.
People say, yo, Humpty, you're really funny looking. That's alright, cause I get things cooking. You stare, you glare, you constantly try to compare me, but you can't get near me. I'm giving more C, and on the floor B, all the girls, they adore me. Oh yes, ladies, I'm really being sincere, cause in this I'm a Humpty nose will tickle you. My nose is big. I'm not ashamed. Big like a pickle. I'm still getting paid. I get by the ladies. You know I'm in charge. Both how I'm living and my nose is large. I get stupid. I shoot an arrow like Cupid. I use a word that don't mean nothing. Like Luke did. I sang on Do What You Like. And if you missed it, I'm the one who said just grab them in the biscuits. Also told you that I like to bite. Well, yeah, I guess it's obvious. I also like to write. All you had to do was give Humpty a chance. And now I'm gonna do my dance.
The Humpty Dance is your chance to do the hump.
Come on, yeah, sexy lady.
Do the Humpty
Come
Hump.
on, I'll do the Humpty Hump. Sexy baby, everybody, come on and do the Humpty Hump. Oh, do you know what we're doing? We're doing the Humpty Hump, y'all. I'll do the Humpty Hump. Watch me do the Humpty Hump. Yeah, that's the break, y'all.
All right, welcome, you guys. This is the Hamilton Academy of Comedic Excellence. Our goal is to collaborate, learn from people who've been doing it for a long time, answer any questions. The Professor Brian the Beast Hamilton has been doing this for about 32 years and comes with a wealth of knowledge. Last week's class, we talked about work ethic, and we went around the room. It was a pretty good discussion. I think overall a very good class. Tonight, however, we're going to be talking about hecklers and heckling. So before we get to the class really rolling, let me introduce your professor. That is Professor Brian the Beast Hamilton. Brian, take it away. Tell them where you're from and what's going on. Brian, he's there. Brian. All right. Well, moving on. We'll fix that problem. From last week's class, Tony Klein, introduce yourself. Tell them where you're from, what you got out of last week's class.
My name's Tony Klein, aka Malfunction Junction. I am from West Virginia. I'm currently in Delbarton now. Out of last week's class, I got some pretty interesting stuff. Be aggressive with the crowd, not get in their face, fuck with them a little bit, do more than just exist. Rape their spirit with your energy.
Right on, right on, right on. Good. Well, Nikki, what did you think? Nikki Bacon? Christy Bacon. Sorry, I was thinking
Nikki is my sister name. Like I was like, I know he's not talking to me, but is he talking to me? How did you know that?
It ended with an I. It ended with an I. That's all I had going for me. Go
My
ahead.
middle name's Nicole, so I strip by bacon forever. And what y'all taught me is work ethic. You get in what you put, or you get out what you put in. And if you're not putting in the effort, you're not doing your homework, you're not like putting yourself out there, then you're not going to get anything back.
Amen to that. And good job. Now we've got 3 new classmates for week number 2. And we're going to start off with, there's the Reverend Junior. Hi. Hey, Junior.
Hey, guys. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I got a lot going on, but I'm here. I'm here, y'all. What's up? What's up?
All right. Well, this week we're going to be talking about heckling.
Oh, shit.
And I can tell you the Reverend Junior High, who's also one of the professors, he is good at what's called anti-heckling. Like the first person that opens their mouth during a set, he just jumps on them.
Shut them down.
Right. And Brian, what do you got to say about that?
Sorry, I was out of there. The nurse had to come in here, and so I missed it. Give it to me real quick.
No free pecker.
Last week's class was on work ethic, and this week's class is going to be on heckling. What do you think everyone got out of last week's class?
Well, I think I thought it was a really good class last week, and I think hopefully, I don't know. I can't tell somebody what they walked away with, but there was some really great information I thought was shared.
Awesome. All right, now moving right along, we've got 3 new classmates. Let's bring on Rocky.
Rocky!
Yo, Adrian.
So,
How about Will? Yeah.
I'm not Rocky, but hello.
Go ahead, Will. Why did you decide to come on?
Well, I've gotten acquainted with you through Sauce in the City, and it's definitely, I'm always looking to improve my game. And I'm glad I'm on this one particularly because I have not been heckled much in my career. So I'm interested to hear what people have to say for sure.
Right on. All right, who else we got left in the studio? How about Tony Viagra?
Here comes Rocky.
Tony, I'm Cowboy Rusty Floorboard. Tony's on sabbatical.
Hi, Althea. Well, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I was reading a comment.
Tony Viagra is on sabbatical right now. I'm filling in for him. I'm Cowboy Rusty Floorboard.
All right. Well, good to meet you, Cowboy.
I'm a cowboy. My grandfather's a cowboy in Texas, Oklahoma, and I'm a fucking cowboy too, just like my grandfather.
Do you have a cane?
All right.
Oh my God.
A paint. I have a can of paint in a garage.
Is Rocky still here?
So, am I supposed to say anything about hecklers, about fucking asshole hecklers? Should I say anything about hecklers?
Yeah, you can. Absolutely.
Well, my philosophy about hecklers is you must shut them down immediately or they will destroy you. You must shut them down right away. And you must shut them the fuck down right immediately. And because they don't want to be the focus. That's what I've been hanging in the back and just ramble, just shoot their fucking stupid shit and fuck up your show. So as soon as you put the focus on them, then they shut the fuck up.
there's a lot of bad words.
Right on. Right on, Cowboy. All right. So, if you would, Molly, since this is about heckling, let's look back in time on how veteran comedians, the ones that we all admired and loved, how they dealt with hecklers. Molly, go ahead and roll the video, and everyone turn your mics off so everyone can listen.
I tell you, huh? You figure life out, will you? What are you doing? What do I do for a living? I get guys for your sister, okay? Don't be a wise guy. Just remember, never fuck around with a comic who can't get laid, okay? Because I don't need this, you know. Chippendales wants me. What was I talking about? We were poor. In our Christmas tree, we had no tinsel. We used to wait for Grandpa to sneeze. What's wrong with that? It's a funny line. Don't give me that bullshit, all right? Now, what do you want? Your money back? Fungu, you got screwed. That's it, okay? I've been through enough of my life. I met Santa Claus. That was a beauty, too. I sat in his lap. His fly was open. What a present he gave me. What can I tell you, huh? How big is my dick? Don't you remember? I'll tell you what, I'll show you how big my dick is. Move back. You kid, years ago I had a penis transplant and it cost me plenty. You kidding? I'm still paying off that black guy. But if the truth be told, my dick is 4 inches. But some girls like it that wide.
And how much are the donuts without the gift certificate? Here, I see. I'll take them back. There's no big deal. I'll take them back. It's good. I appreciate it.
Do something correct!
Paseando, current?
Correct!
Current. Hey, lascia da compravando. Current, baffeato pagato. Current, vi stiano lavorando. Ted Nugent. Ted Nugent?
Yeah!
Ted Nugent. The news. That's what you call him over here. All right, all right, here is Ted Nugent. Ted Nugent. Nugent Ted. Yeah, just strap it to the hood of my truck. Ted Nugent. That current for you, huh? 5 things to remember when you're dealing with the Nuge. Do not fuck with me. Don't fuck with me, man. Get that faggot out of here. That's Nuge, right? Fuck the faggot, right? All right, the final impression. Is Mr. Al Pacino.
Do the one where you
Shut your fucking face.
I could always tell when that. What are you showing me? Your tits? Like I never seen tits. I've never seen. All right, let me see him one more time. Come on. Real woman. Real fucking woman. Yeah. Look how they'll do anything to get on TV. That's beautiful. Beautiful girl. I bet you got a bush that would make a chia pet jealous, baby. Yeah. Nice hairy bush. That's what I like. Like a bear's back. I bet they got samples of your bush at every carpet store in Long Island. I'm going to write a movie about your bush. I'm going to call it Swamp Thing. I bet a bush is so hairy she takes down her panties and pussy singing "Welcome to the fucking jungle." Oh!
Fuck, they got the spotlight on this drunk motherfucker.
I've been sitting here this whole time listening to you with your comedy. I'm trying to figure out what kind of bitches you be fucking with.
Bitches like you, baby.
I'd be
You all right?
I'm cool.
Okay.
If you was fucking with bitches like me, I'm from Compton. This Compton pussy will have your ass shutting the fuck up.
God damn it, that Compton pussy will have me barely hanging on like that ponytail you got on.
My ponytail barely holding on, but I bet you that little dick you got barely holding on too. I bet you if I call, that motherfucker pop out. I bet you.
Where you from, baby? New Orleans?
Compton, nigga.
Compton. Look like it was New Orleans, like your feet still wet at the bottom. I bet you got a baby that was made in the Superdome. Okay, baby, we're gonna get you a line in the front. You need a bang, really. Your forehead look like a Dodge Intrepid windshield.
No, really, don't mess with me, because I don't come down to the bus station and slap the dick out of your mouth when you're working, do I? Oh, get on up here, motherfucker! Give me security. I'm sorry, man. The guy fucking came at me. What do you think, folks?
No way.
Okay, show.
That was unnecessary.
Oh, my money back. I was in a kiddie porn for a while. Pissed off the cats a lot.
Chelsea joke.
Oh, sure, you didn't boo for Al's stupid fucking introduction, but you'll boo on a kiddie porn joke. Thank you very much. No, I don't mind looking young. You know, I can still bang high school chicks. You know, that's cool. When's the last time you did that? 3 weeks ago? Yeah, she's still trying to get out of the trunk of your car.
Whiskey, as I'm sure you'll all agree, has mystical properties. It brings people closer together. Sometimes in collisions, sometimes in hand-to-hand combat, but more commonly in good fellowship and common purpose.
That's how we had our first child.
That's how you had your first child. So you'll also be having another one tonight. Is your child here with you? Is anyone going to tell him that that's how he came out to him? I would say keep that from him. So, where was I? Oh, I completely lost the thread. There wasn't much of a thread to begin with, but the point is... Yeah, no, hello, go on, yeah, go on. One pale ale, this is what you do.
What? What'd you say? Pull up my pants? Why don't you pull up my pants? Come on, let's go.
All right. So as to heckling, those are some prime examples of what varieties there can be, and Brian can attest to this, that I am the anti-heckler. And Brian, start off the class. What do you do with hecklers? You got to turn your mic on. Microphone, Brian. Your microphone, Brian. Turn your mic on.
I think I got it. I'm handicapped right now. Okay. First thing I do is ignore them, because if you don't acknowledge them, sometimes the best thing is to be better off left unsaid. But when the second and third time, when they start to become a nuisance and they declare they're being a nuisance, you got to deal with them, and you got to deal with them and disarm them very quickly. So based on the surroundings, based on who they're with, based on what they look like, based on, whatever you can, come down with. I had two people heckling me at one time, and one was really drunk. And I finally just said, listen, when you slur your words, I have a hard time hearing your friend heckle me. And there was enough laughter in the room to just shut them down. But it's not always that easy sometimes. So, the thing is, you can be friendly at first. Don't be a dick, because when you become confrontational, even with one or two members, it can go bad on you. It can go south on you quick, and the whole show could be unloaded. So, you try to be clever, try to be witty, try to be funny, and try to be light until you can't be light anymore. Like a Roadhouse. You're nice until you can't be nice anymore, or it's not time to be nice anymore. So, like the one was like, listen, when I don't come down there to the docks and knock the dick out of your hand while you're working, so don't fuck with me while I'm working. So those normally work pretty good. So all I would say is, be careful with your choice. And when you do it, make it final, because it's got to cut. It's got to cut hard. Or the other thing you do is say, listen, I'm going to be a magician and watch you disappear. And then you call the bouncer. And the bouncer comes out, because, if you have a bouncer, that's what you do. Utilize, say, listen, I'm going to give you one more chance. If you do that, I'm going to have you thrown out. And you don't even have to be funny at that point. This is the way they're leaving. You can deduce them into different words. But like I said, just let it go at first. But if they're going to be a nuisance, you got to be able to deal with it. So I never had to deal with hecklers too much. If your show is that funny, normally, and I'm not putting myself on a pedestal, I'm just saying that the show normally went well. Is if you don't have to utilize a heckler, because they're entertained. So, but some people are just drunk and fucked up. That's really what I got to say.
Is Junior still here or no? No? Okay. Let's go with Tony. What did you think about it, and what did you get from it?
Well, I think that was pretty cool. You do have to be direct with hecklers. Now, I've had a couple of venues where I didn't even get to do anything. I was in the wrong place. They were geared for music stuff, and I couldn't get over the crowd. Like, even if I'd stuck the microphone, done the feedback stuff, it didn't faze them. That's something totally different, though. Having people call you out on anything, that's a lot of fun. I've had that happen twice. I got to sing to one of them, and I crushed her soul.
Can you sing?
Well, I kind of, sort of, in a way.
Well, at music venues, if you can learn to sing a song or sing it well, something catchy, that helps out too. It kind of gives them a buffer.
Oh, it was catchy as hell. It was the when you say nothing at all. But I changed the words and I only did the chorus. What'd you say, Bacon?
Said it was good. That one you did the other night, I liked it.
Yeah, that's it.
And what did you take away from it, Miss Christy Bacon?
Well, I was trying to take some notes, because what I was really saying is, you really got to be on the spot to turn it around and to do it lightly and cleverly, but to shut them down. But I'm not that good at like quips and retorts thinking on the spot. Like I can on my own stuff, but like being mean is like not even being mean, but being like in control and in command of like just that situation is not something I thought I did good during the suicide mic when she was making fun of my squeakers, calling them dog toys, the host lady, and I was like, "Down, Lassie, down!" But I don't know.
Well, if you in lieu of something to say, you can always say, "Did you guys pay here to see fucking Dim Around fucking talk, or to see a show? Because it's your hard money that's getting wasted, and make the crowd turn on them." They'll be like, "Yeah, fucking shut up, sit down." Just go logical on them.
Yeah, hold
Tony
them accountable to their poor behavior.
Tony, what's your take on that?
My take on hecklers is you got to shut them down immediately, or they will destroy you if you don't. That's my take on them. So I get hecklers when I've had hecklers, and I'll say thanks, Dr. Phil, or thanks, Dr. Ruth, and they usually shut them up. And if they keep going, and I say, folks, this is what happens when a fetus doesn't get enough oxygen. And that really shuts them up.
And Will, you said something earlier, Will, and that's why I saved you for last. You said that you don't get hecklers. Go ahead, explain that.
Yeah, like that I can really recall. This only happened twice in my career, and I agree with when you have good shows, people don't heckle. When people are entertained, they don't feel the need to do that. I do agree that sometimes there are people that are too drunk or inebriated and possibly haven't been shut down previously in the show, especially if you're like later in the lineup. Maybe they said something to the first couple people and those people didn't shut them down. So now they already feel like they can say something. So you never know. But like, it hasn't really been an issue for me. And I'm glad, because I've always been afraid of saying something too far, because I have a tendency to quit back a little too aggressively. And I'll tell you, the one time that really stands out to me where I was heckled and I said something back was a show in Sioux City, Iowa, and it was at Marty's Tap, and there was an older couple in like the very first row. And I have a joke where I talk about how ladies over 60 don't, like, they always bend at the waist to do their gardening out front. And I like turn around and I show my ass to the crowd, and I do this whole big mooning the crowd kind of thing. And when I turn around, this old lady up front, she goes, "I'm over 60 and I don't do that." And me, without missing a beat, I said, "Ma'am, I understand you're a professional. You get on your knees." And that's somebody's grandma that I said that to. You know what I mean? And like, I probably, like, you know what? But everybody laughed. Even her husband laughed. They thought it was great. But like, that's what I'm afraid. I'm afraid that I'm gonna bite too hard if people heckle me, because I'm gonna bite you.
Hey, Damien. Hey, Damien. Hey, man, I'm sorry, guys. I know I just tuned back in, but I'd really like to speak on this heckling thing.
Yes, go ahead, please.
I'm driving. I got a show that I'm heading to, and I'm at the gas station right now. Here's the thing. I talk so loud and I talk so fast that they don't get a chance. But I know Matt Rife personally, and I know some guys that work on the crowd. Here's the thing. Some guys enjoy hecklers and they feed them lines. Some guys plant people. Some guys do it organically, but they're not really doing it organically. They're saying something about abortion or about sexism, something that will get the hot base out of the crowd. And we're professionals, so we're supposed to handle it better than them, so we eat their lunch. My thing is, I walk out into the crowd, I stand on your table, I eat your sandwich, and I go for it. I do not like a heckler. I do not like a heckler. You're not part of the fucking show. But if you ever hand the microphone to a heckler and he outdoes you, he or she, then you're in big trouble. So heckling is not a good part of the show. It's not an asset of the show. But if you've been in the game long enough, you understand how to handle it. You know what I'm saying? And you can handle it organically. If you ask the crowd a question, you better fucking be ready for the answers that they give you back. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Let's see here. Good discussion. What I want to do next is we've got a couple of videos, and can you, Molly, can you pull up Tony Viagra?
Hey guys, I'm gonna be driving. I'm listening and I'm watching. Okay.
Just gonna see, is there a certain time you want to go on your CPAP mask?
Probably about 10:30, 11 o'clock.
Okay,
I'm
I'll
on
check on you then.
a podcast I do so right now. So I'm,
Okay, so I'll check on you.
all right, thank you, sir. Thank you.
At this stage of the game, I'm late for everything. The only time I'm early is for dementia. I only chase young pussy. I've been shot down more times than a Japanese Zero in World War II. I'm getting older now, so it's going to dye my hair. And my hair dies before I can dye it. I got a hair transplant 20 years ago, but hindsight's 2020, unless it has cataracts. As you get older, everything starts to go crazy. A good example is the hair on my head. I changed direction, turned south. Now it goes on my nose, my ears, and my ass. All my friends think I'm cool because I bought one of those electric cars. You know, a testicle. You need a big ego to stand a comedian. You need a really big ego. My ego's big. My ego's really big. The only thing bigger than my ego is my prostate. There's COVID-19. COVID-19. I'm trying to get COVID-19. Yeah, I am. I'm trying to get COVID-19 because my age, I'll take anything. That's 19. I don't care if I lose my sense of smell. My girlfriend doesn't use deodorant. If things weren't bad enough, then there's two COVID-19s. Two. One from China and one from Italy. So how do you tell the difference? Well, the one from Italy is an accent and talks with his hands. Now the big thing is social distancing, and I'm an old pro at social distancing because women have become their distance for me for years. This pandemic changed the whole world. Changed the whole world. A good example is I went to a Chinese restaurant last night for takeout, and now C19 is pandemic. No, my son. My hometown is so poor. It's so poor. We can only get COVID-18. The CDC recommends effective hand washing to prevent the spread of COVID-19. And experts recommend singing happy birthday while you wash your hands to ensure that you wash your hands well enough. So I've been thinking, if I was to sing happy birthday while I wash my hands, what am I supposed to do when I wipe myself? Stand up and sing, I'm a Yankee Doodle Dandy. It's important to know a little bit about me. I had a normal childhood. I was breastfed until I was 17. It went well until I got braces. I have an alcohol problem. I have a big alcohol problem. A really big alcohol problem. I can't afford it. I joined the AA as a 12-step program, but there was a problem. One of the 12 steps was defective, and I fell and hurt my leg. I got a cheap order to sue the AA. Now it's a 12 watch your step program. I quit AA. I joined AU. That's Alcoholics Unanimous. They have a 12 case program.
If there's 12 cases, Milwaukee's best in 12 days, or you're out. But they high standards. They don't let any drunk in. I have a drug problem. Yes, I have a drug problem. I can't afford crack cocaine, so shoot up. I don't get high, but my bowels are great.
That's so wicked.
I'm a world traveler. I traveled to Pamplona, Spain for the running of the bulls. Look, the bulls had the runs. I traveled to Rome. I went to Colosseum. I went to Trevi Fountain. Then I went to a famous Roman restaurant and I met Sal. You know Sal? Salmonella. I went to the Finger Lakes. The lakes gave me the finger. I traveled to Bangkok. And I fell in the bathroom and banged my cock. I'm happy to announce that I'm back in the dating scene. Now women flock to me, just like a flock of geese. They hang around a while, then they do their business on me. Whenever I go on a date, I always follow the golden rule. I always get the golden shower. I couldn't do speed dating. I met her and got sent to prison. I tried Match.com. He measured the mannequin in Macy's window. Then I tried eHarmony. I found that the E stands for excrement. Middle lady eHarmony, her name's April. She's so fat, she changed her name to April, May, and June. My counter girl. I met another lady named Candy. She went on a diet. Changed her name to Splenda. eHarmony got too expensive, so I tried E. coli. I tried a personal introduction to her. Called It's Just Lunch. I met a lady just for lunch. And she had multiple personalities. She called her personalities Curly, Larry, and Moe. I had a black three-eyed pokes during lunch. I was really desperate, so I decided to go on a pilgrimage to the Himalayas to meet with the Dalai Lama to find out why I can't get laid. I couldn't afford it, so I started a Go Fuck Me page. When I got to the Himalayas, I started having second thoughts about being the Dalai Lama. Then I changed my mind. I went to a petting zoo. I got with a llama. Fuck the Dalai. I tried plenty of fish. There's plenty of dead fish. That's my gate smell.
Oh, says make sure you drink.
I had phone sex. It didn't go well. I cock a separate phone. Then I'm in a plenty of dates. I can tell you about dates. They're better than prunes, unless you're constipated. I'm Tony Wagner.
Everybody, Brian, what'd you
Yes,
think
sir.
of Tony said? What'd you think of Tony said?
Well, I got to be frank with you. The audible one, I couldn't barely hear it. I heard some good laughs, but I couldn't quite hear the set.
Junior. Okay, he's frozen. Will, what did you think? Microphone, Will.
Sorry about that. Yeah, no, I actually in the same boat with Brian. I turned my volumes all the way up. I could barely hear what he was actually saying most of the time. So I apologize for that.
All right. Well, next time we'll get a better audio quality.
Right. I'm so sorry.
That's all right.
Is there an adjustment
sorry
you
you
can
hear
make
it,
on those videos too? Because sometimes maybe those videos can be adjusted.
when I get them, I just send them off to be put on the show. I don't touch them.
Right. To my
All right, Molly. Let's since Will's the other newbie here. Let's see Will's video.
oh goodness. I forgot what I even said.
That's Rocky video up next, so it take me time to pull the next video.
Okay.
So you say Will?
Yeah.
Trying to. Oh, I think I sent you the cable thing. I didn't get heckled in this bit, but I did get threatened by my first wife.
That counts.
Yeah, she was all like, don't be telling people that I sold drugs. And I was like, nobody gives a fuck that you were selling drugs 20 fucking years ago in Iowa. You know what I mean? Like, nobody cares. Like, get over yourself. like any cases they were working on about that shit are long fucking done.
Hey guys, am I here? Listen, that production value was a little rough. The content was fantastic. The production value is rough. And I've said it last week too. You're only as good as what you show them. So if this is what you're showing them, then that's where you're at. You got to have somebody that's videoing you that's very well, that's doing their job, or else you're gonna hear muddy background, like you're talking in a puddle. Okay, and it's hard to critique like that. But what I did here was good, handled it well. But come on, guys, you got to get your fucking production value up. Okay, does that make sense? Does that make
That's a
sense?
lot of why I don't have videos, is because
But the
like,
thing is,
there was one thing or another
when you
that made
when
it
you go
not.
to hand that into a booker, brother, when you go to hand that into a booker, they're not going to know what you're hearing, right? So I get it, because it's very tough to get somebody that knows what they're fucking doing when they video you. Oftentimes, all we have is just somebody with our friend that has a phone, and you could have had the best set that anybody's ever told, but you got to have that production value up. Okay?
No, that's
Does
true.
that make sense?
It's fair.
Yeah. Right on.
That's all.
Your private
All right,
6K,
Mom,
you got
you got-
bigger than your. Never mind.
Yeah, the most I got out of was Bangkok.
Hey, some of the best sets I ever put out, nobody could fucking do it.
armed robberies, you know, like I didn't rob a gas station or a casino or a bank. Oh no, I robbed a flower shop. I know what you're thinking. Who robs a flower shop? That's exactly what I was thinking. Who robs a flower shop? They're never gonna see that shit coming. And they didn't. It was the going that they noticed. Yeah, that was definitely a day that I learned that not every trail that rose petals leads to a romantic end. I'll tell you that. The cops, they had a super easy time tracking me down. I think it was all those Mylar balloons hanging out the window. Yeah, you know the ones I'm talking about. They say like, congratulations, get well soon. I was just missing that one that said, sorry about your luck.
That's what you sent me, Will.
Cool. So it was the floral bandit bit.
There you go.
Yeah. You know, I don't even think Brenda's had me on the show a number of times. I do not think she knows why I went to prison.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Brian?
Yeah.
Well, definitely, you know, you could hear the production, and definitely you're getting laughs, and you're getting hard laughs. I caught a couple of the lines in there that were very good. And who would have thought you'd have got that on robbing a flower shop? But you made it work. So that shows me, material that more people can identify with would really laugh. And you got the laugh there. Bravo.
Hey,
Thank
and
you.
listen, guys, I'm sorry. I'm about to pull into my show, and I got a few minutes before I do when I pull in the parking lot. So I'm sorry for cutting in now, but see, I could hear that the content was very good, and the production value was better. And I just want to focus on that for a minute. You gotta make sure that we can hear what you're saying. It's your potential bookers. It's the people that are gonna decide if you make money doing your set. So they have. I could hear that one. I heard a little bit of the last one. The content was great. I'm not shitting on anybody's content. Production value is as important as content, guys. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Good. What do you think, Tony?
Gotta make sure we can hear what you're saying. That's all.
I liked it, man. The whole flower store bit was genius as fuck. Because I mean, really, who from the town goes to rob the flower shop guy? He's the one who puts your nuts on the sleeve. You know what I mean? You don't fuck with that. And you did fuck with that dude.
Yeah.
So,
No,
respect,
content
bro.
was great.
Give me some roses.
Yeah.
Chrissy, what's your thoughts?
I just love that we were getting a whole speech about production value and understanding for somebody that's cutting in and out the whole fucking time. I thought it was ironically beautiful. But Will, I thought your stuff was great.
Oh yeah, thanks.
I didn't hear you get
Thanks.
heckled or nothing. I just heard straight laughs and punches, and you had a good cadence to it. Like you could just feel the rhythm. Like I like.
Yeah. That's some of my bread and butter bits for sure.
Well,
Like,
because this is a class on heckling, I've got a little project for us to work on. Okay. So someone has to volunteer to be the comedian and do your set, and someone has to volunteer to be a heckler and see how you handle that person.
I would love to be the heckler.
Okay.
I guess I'll do my set then.
oh, poor Bacon.
She looks like she
And
got this.
you know what? Here, because we haven't done this in the class yet. This is the first time thing, but I think it'd be appropriate that the professors go head to head just to give you guys an idea of what I'm talking about. Brian is the comedian. Junior is the heckler. You guys, okay? So Molly, if you put just those two up on the screen, let them go at it here in a minute.
All right, let's go. Let's go, baby boy.
Well, this is my first time in this particular skit myself.
I can tell it's your first time. I can tell it's your first time.
Yeah, well, I remember my first beer.
I do too. It was with your mother.
Yeah, well, it's kind of funny that you brought. I don't know, is this your aunt right here? And now I'm going to dip my hand into her water glass as I flick her and say, "Now, how do you feel about the comedian making her all wet while he's on stage?"
I know. Here's the thing that's unfair. I don't know how to heckle you. I love you. I've done 1,000 shows with you. I'm trying to, but I don't know how to because I know you'll eat my lunch.
Well, I don't know either because I only fingered one of your girlfriends.
Oh, who hasn't?
I'm just
Who
kidding. It was two
hasn't?
of them. Yeah, come on now. No, I love you too, Junior. Sorry, this is an awkward thing for me too. Just remember,
It's awkward.
folks, that
It's
you wanna
awkward.
get
It should
in
be
and
a
out.
young guy. Because here's the thing. I'm funny. Hecklers aren't supposed to be funny. They're garbage. And I don't want to say anything back to you. I fucking love you. But I love your response to me already.
Well, the thing is just remember, it's not something that you want to delve into unless you want to be Don Rickles or unless you want to be that person. And then you've already prepared yourself, for the worst or for the best, whichever way you look at it. And, heckling is something you want to be done. It wants to be kind of like taking medication. You want to take it and be over with. Okay. And move on.
Exactly.
Because that
And
is
I'm not
part of
good
the
at
show.
heckling.
And you just got to deal with it. But if you got to deal with it, try to be colorful, try to be creative, and just remember, it's fine. Remember, your bouncers are your friends. That's who you take care of in the club. Make sure you take care of the bouncer, the wait staff, and everybody like that. Because when you need them, they're going to be there for you. So, and the thing is nobody really wants to fuck with the bouncer.
Kind of I see what Damien's doing. I see what Damien's doing, but it's kind of an unfair example because you have two comedians, and typically the heckler is an idiot, and I am that guy also, but he doesn't know what he's doing, and so the comedian, he hands him his lunch because that's our job. So you have two comedians trying to be witty, except for I don't want to have greatest guys I've ever performed with. So see what I'm saying? It's a little bit tough, but I think the students saw the premise. You know what I mean?
Yeah, what a disappointment. I figured you guys would latch onto that. Man, I thought for sure you guys go at each other like,
Hey, we went at each other for about 10 seconds, but I'm not going after Brian Hamilton. That's not my nature.
Here's the thing. You just want to make sure that you identify with them quick. And remember, when you throw that person out and they get thrown out, you won. You just knocked the home run out of the park. Except for the fact that it's no fun knocking somebody who could have been a potential fan who's just an idiot drunk that night. But you got to do it. And but other people, when you see them get thrown out, most of the time nobody ever hackles again there in that audience. So,
right.
Like I said, it's something that you don't really want to deal with, but deal with it quickly, fastly, and get moving on to your set. That's what I would say.
Okay. Understood. And I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this tactfully. Brian, have you ever had a heckler who out-battled you comedically? Because here's the uncomfortable part. We're about to go at it heckling, and I can out-battle you, and you can out-battle me on any given moment. But that's not typically what Damien should have done, in my respectful opinion, is put a professor up with a student. Because for every word that you say to me, I will battle you back. And that's not typically what a heckler is. A heckler is an inferior talent who's drunk and who is shouting out to a professional. You've got two professionals right now. I'll go out with you all day. But that's not what we're doing, because that's not what hecklers are. I can't even think of the last time I had a heckler who could match me word for word. And neither can you. So see, it's kind of an unfair. It's not really a representation of what hecklers are. Okay. Does that make sense, guys?
Thanks, Junior. Yeah, it makes sense. So anyway, so Junior's just given us a perfect example of what heckling is, because he never even let Brian get started. Now I'll give you a different form of heckling. Okay, the different form of heckling is when you've got someone in the audience that won't get off their phone or is talking to someone next to them. The best way to stop that, in my opinion, is just get a little bit louder and go right up to them. Let them know that the show's going to come right to them, right then and there.
Yeah.
It freaks them out.
I've done that while doing karaoke before.
What's that?
I've done that very thing while doing karaoke before. Like I was doing karaoke and some people like right up front were like being really noisy. So I just went and I just belted this and they stopped, and like it totally stopped their cover, So yeah, I mean, it worked in that situation. I can see it working comedically as well.
What about you, Tony?
Which one?
Viagra.
Okay. Well, here's what I did one time in Harrisburg. There were two fucking old farts for like the bottom of the stage having a conversation while I was doing my set, and they're like fucking oblivious to me. It was what we were talking about was so fucking important. So it was getting really annoying. So I said, "Excuse me, guys," And he looked up and said, "Shut the fuck up!" And the place, blew the place up. They went nuts.
I mean, I could see, especially if you were like really like polite about like interrupting their conversation, and then just that hard turn like that of that. Yeah, that works. That totally works.
My mother last night.
Sorry, that was
Or
my
you want to
friend.
whisper
a helicopter? No, yeah.
The place
Hey,
blew up
Damien.
there, too.
Hey, guys, I got a show. I got to go inside and do the show. I would say that. I'll say this before I go. Hello, Christy. Hello, Tony. Hello, everybody. Talk louder and talk faster. Remember that you demand the room. They don't demand the room. But sometimes people pay to come see comedy, and they don't always show the respect that they should show. Right? That's okay. It's not our job to dictate their respect level, but it is our job to dictate how the fucking show goes. I promise you right now, I'm heading into a sold out show, and if they start to talk over me, I will talk louder. I will talk faster. I'm the master of ceremonies. They're just sheep. We lead them where we want them to go, guys. Okay? That's what we do. That's what we do. And it's tough sometimes. Hecklers are not part of the show. If they were part of the show, they'd be a feature. They're not. So but we got to talk over them. We got to be quicker than them. We got to be smarter than them because we're the professionals. They're not. Okay, guys, I love you. Let me go kill my show like I do. Damien, I love you. Brian, I love you. Bacon, I love you as much as anybody in this room. You guys, hey, if you want to message me, you want to call, I'll be off the stage in about 45. I'm ready to talk to any one of you. I got to go do this right now, okay? I love you guys. Peace out. Bye, guys.
Good dinner.
Break a leg.
Thank you.
Don't tell me that. I just say have an aneurysm for me, please. I limp already.
Yeah, you'll take that shit to heart.
No, it'll actually fucking happen. That's different.
You know, I do
Well,
think
that break their fucking nose after the show. That works.
Right. I've got
oh my God! Yeah.
This show has already inspired me to. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead.
This show has already inspired me to use abracadabra as my security code word if I ever want someone to leave a show, because I'm definitely never saying that stupid ass fucking word in my set. So that can be my security word. If I say that, whoever the fuck I'm talking to, get rid of them.
Don't forget your safe word.
Yeah, exactly. Like a comedy safe word.
Now, okay,
so
so
what would be your comedy safe word, Tony?
I don't have one. It's like whenever they break eye contact with me, that's when I stop, probably. Because until then, I'm gonna be fucking the hell out of their eyeballs with mine. I can't help it.
Not like a good eyeball fucking.
Yeah. But I got like, so what if you're on the other side of the chair? Like I wasn't heckling the motherfucker, man. It was a crowd participation. Okay. He did a bit on the Lakers and how the Lakers were somehow or white supremacists were somehow the Lakers of hate groups. Okay. Yeah. Right. And he said this. He was like, y'all name one white LA Laker, and I didn't even fucking hesitate. It's like Jerry West. I didn't even look up. I said Jerry West, the fucking dude that is the emblem. He's the whitest fucking NBA ball player there ever was and ever will be. Nobody will be any whiter than he will. And that fucked him up. Like it shook his whole set. I didn't mean to do that. And he yelled and like all this shit at my heckling and stuff. You fucking asked me to name one, and I did.
I mean, no, yeah, that's not a heckle. He sank his own ship in my opinion. Like for sure.
So like something that I noticed for myself when I was in Austin was I was accidentally heckling. Like I have to come up with a whole generic set of responses for when people are doing crowd work, because even just answering my name, hi, I'm Bacon, derails their whole fucking set.
Right.
And like I just have to be like, I'm Christy, I do things, blah blah blah, like because just me being me, especially when I'm drunk, I forget. Yeah.
Well,
I'm
and
pretty
especially
sure
when you use Right. When you use so much of your real life as your comedy, like you answering questions sounds like a bit because that's what you've trained yourself to do. You tell your story as a comedy, you know? I get it. I totally get it. I have that same deal for sure.
My first
Generic
set started
response.
over a hickle.
It's not my show, it's theirs, you know, like, so I gotta generic responses.
Right.
That's why it
Well,
starts.
there's also another type of heckling, and you know, I've done lots and lots and lots of showcases, and so's Brian, and so have most of you have done some stage time. There's usually a guest spot, you know, a feature, headliner, or a showcase of some sort. What my problem was is you know, coming up, I was always so excited. You know, I mean, I'd laugh. I'd be probably the bigger laugh in the room if someone told a joke that really I thought popped off.
Yeah.
But if I had too much to drink or I was higher than Cooter Brown, oh my God, I was the worst one. No, do the other bit, man.
You're the guy who's ruining all my fucking videos. You're the reason I don't have good production value. It's you.
Yeah. But I mean, and I've been in many situations like that where either I was the culprit of doing that, and Brian, that he was actually talking about a true story at a place called the Deck in Cape Coral, Florida. We had just done a show, and it was a benefit, and I had all the money for our benefit, and he goes, "Hey man, give me the money." And the bartenders had just given me like 18 shots of liquid cocaine, so I was higher than tight and drunk as shit. And so he comes up to me, and I got right in his face, and I said, "Fuck you!" And he went wham with his forehead and just smashed my nose across my face. It was like instantaneous. I let him. He held the money after that, and then the bartenders came over. I said, "Just give me napkins." I cracked it back into place right there at the end of the bar. So, but yeah, I was out of hand. You know, because there's different kinds of hecklers. There's the guy who just wants to talk in the background. There's the one that just wants to say one or two things, you know, to try and get you off. And then there's that drunk heckler. Drunk hecklers are the worst.
Yeah.
Especially if you can't get them, if they're just off the rails, you know, they've already pissed themselves.
I
Getting called out for heckling.
I did my Kegels. I made it to the bathroom. I dispatched my snatch properly.
Has anyone tried to? I've had some drunk hecklers, and the way I deal with drunk hecklers is I automatically go drunk. You're no good, man. You don't make me laugh, right? I go right at him.
Right.
Well, I can't understand you either. I can't understand you. You sound like Helen
Right.
Keller. You sound like Helen Keller crying out for her dog. Come on, man. Calm the fuck down.
Right.
She could talk.
And I've had that happen a couple of times in 20 years. And after a while, you just have to just keep going with them, you know, because they're not going to leave. And you can actually turn them into a part of the show. As
Right.
long as they keep going. But sooner or later, if they feel like they are just completely out of it, they're going to be with a group of friends. They're going to tell them to shut the fuck up.
Right.
That's what you're hoping for. A wife or a friend or something going, "Get out of here, man. Come on, we got to go." That's what you hope for.
Yeah.
Brian, what's your worst heckling experience other than when, you know, you broke my nose? That was about 14 years ago.
My worst heckling experience was was the guy that I flicked the water on. That was actually a real heckler situation, you know, when I flicked the water on his girlfriend. And then I had him removed by, you know, a very, very large bouncer, who's about 6'8". And he kept saying, "I'm gonna kick your ass." I'm like, "You're gonna have to get close to me." And he wasn't gonna get close because there was a pretty big bouncer in front of me. But of course I didn't care. But that's the whole thing is, you know, it really is. It's a shame that people got to do that, and it's a shame they have to feel like they have to be that important to the show. And it's a shame that they won't show up at open mic to prove that they're better than that because they're just too drunk, and then they'll check out open mic and they come to a show. That makes sense.
We had one get on stage like that. He was supposed to be an open mic guy, and he wound up heckling the crowd, like taking the stage hostage.
I did want to ask you a question about that long video of heckling that you showed. Were we showing hitting that dude with the guitar is the thing not to do? Because it seemed like it did upset the crowd, but I was like, I don't listen. If you're dumb enough to come towards the stage when I got a guitar in my hand, you might get honky tonk for sure. I've seen a lot of WWF when I was a kid, and I've always wanted a honky tonk man. Somebody, are you kidding me? Absolutely, that would happen.
I think what we did see is the guy probably stopped at the stage. He probably just got on the stage and stopped. He probably didn't keep coming. Because if he had kept coming, I think you'd had a different response from the audience.
Because the crowd seemed upset that he did that, but I found that to not be all that out of order, in my opinion.
Well, I mean, I get it because he's the one that stopped the show, did this, but you know that. Remember, I told you when you do something, it could be detrimental to the show, and you know that's a showstopper. You know,
I mean, that is true. He did end the show right after. All right, well, we're done then.
Well, the thing is, I had a heckler. The worst heckler I had was I was in front of my peers. I was selling cars out in New Mexico. And I'm also on Cranked Up Live, which we had 7 million listeners across the, all the countries. And this guy that was his uncle was the director of the whole car dealership with eight stores in it. He decided to come up on stage while I was on stage and pull my pants down. And he didn't not only pull my pants down, but he got my underwear. So I'm sitting there with my dork in front of 70 oil well workers and all these comics. Of course, I had a nice, $1,000 microphone from the radio station that I had to put down. I couldn't just throw the mic down. I had to waddle, pick up my pants, and go choke him out in the fucking bathroom.
Oh my God!
I told him to run. I gave him fair warning, run. But that happened to me, and then the show was over. It was the first time ever having that happen. But I mean, that's what happened. Then I had to work with the guy for fucking another, he's my boss.
I'd love to see a video of this.
I said, the fuck I am. Why would you do that? Well, it wasn't very smart. Well, no shit, dip fucking Tracy.
Right.
But
that's the worst. I'd love to see a video of this with that TikTok music with the run on it, dude. And fucking Brian just chasing after him.
I was fucking mad, and the GM of the fucking Ford dealership goes, Brian, I'll give you $350 if you let him go. And I said, higher.
Right, right. You're gonna have to say more. There's gonna have to be at least 4 digits. You better say 4 digits real fucking fast, dude.
This is 25 years into my comedy career. I didn't even know what the fuck to think about it. Here I was doing a free show for my friends because they asked me to.
Wow.
And somebody's gonna be a dipshit like that and do that. Well, I got karma's a bitch because later, because he was such a drunk, I mean, weeks later, he got in a car accident with his children into a train. Nobody got hurt, but he got arrested.
Oh my God. How did they have a car wreck with a train and nobody got hurt? Was he driving a fucking tank? The fuck?
An expedition, I think.
Jesus Christ.
He's driving a train.
But I mean, it was like you probably depicted something you saw in the fucking movies, but I mean, it wasn't that kind of operator. Thing, but I mean, still, he had contact with a train, whether he caught the bumper or whatever it was. He did flip the car or the vehicle he was in. But that's that was one that nobody said anything. He just did that shit, and I've never wanted to bludgeon an individual so fucking badly.
I mean, that's crazy. Yeah, no, I can't even imagine that happening to me. Like, and
what do you say? I mean, and as I've wanted to choke him out more, and then having to go work with the motherfucker, as this person that you did this to is like, and see in New Mexico, they were pleading with me not to press charge against him because that's a kitty toucher charge. It's equivalent to, a child molestation charge. It's right there in the same category there. I was like, this is
you're definitely going to get put on a list.
That's ultimate heckling. Ultimate heckling.
So now, you never know. I maintain my composure. That's the only time the show ever stopped.
The sister to heckling, in my opinion, is crowd work. If you are good at one of the trademarks of a good person who's really good at crowd work is when you're able to deflect and move on. That's something that's easy to do. Or what you can do is you can actually make them a part of your show while continuing on what would have been part of your set anyway, given the right opportunity. And I'll give you an example of that in a second. Go ahead, Will. Crowd work and heckling are pretty much the same thing because you got to make sure they're either a part of it or you shut them down. Right? That's a choice.
Yeah. When I first started out, this is actually something that I learned as a house MC at Nitwits when I first started, and I'm so glad that I was able to learn off of the features and headliners that came through there. And if you have an opportunity like that, if you're opening for like a club for a week, glean whatever you can from those features and those headliners. Like soak those guys up like a sponge, right? Because one of the first things they taught me was to watch the crowd come in. And I've even seen comics that went so far as to tell the girls seating people to like see if you see a guy in sandals or a guy in jorts, make sure that they're in the first two rows. Like request certain people so that they can literally, like, without having a technical plant, they still kind of have a plant because they have predetermined material that is now going to look like it's fresh and look like it's new. Another thing that they would always do is they would always ask, like, what is a town nearby that everybody hates? What is the team that everybody loves? You know what I mean? Like basic questions like that can literally take what seems like a random moment in the show, but it's absolutely predetermined something you put in there.
And would you guys, I'd agree with that, and I've seen comedians do it. I mean, one person who was really good at doing that was Gallagher. If anyone remembers Gallagher on roller skates and smashing watermelons. Hey Molly, if you can, there was the Mugs and Jugs 7-minute. It's the one of me. But the reason why I wanted to bring it up is because I wanted to show you guys a transition of what happens when the whole front row decides that they want to talk during my set, or while they're laughing, have conversation. And I'm that's why the first class was work ethic. But if you have work ethic, you're going to be in these situations, and how you handle them will make the difference in your show. So Molly, if you could pull that one up, it was the Mugs and Jugs video of me. That was 7 minutes, and it was. And I want you guys to analyze the heckling, because what, ma'am? You had a question. If you're going to talk over my set, I'm going to let you ask a question. Sure. Even if it's halfway through one of my jokes, I'm going to stop right then and there and give them 100 undivided attention, because what they've done is they've stopped me, right? And now I do want to give them attention. So next time that they do something like that, don't think I'm not going to react right away. I'm going to respond immediately.
And that's that's one thing you can always tell them too, is the last thing that you want during this show is my complete and undivided attention. It's always a nice
I'm gonna light you up.
You will hate your life, and surviving the abortion will be regretful.
And Christy, you're you don't have a whole lot of stage experience, but I know for one thing, the platforms that you've been getting on, I'm sure that it's giving you a whole lot of insight as to what's going to really work when you get going. Just let me know when you're ready, Molly. But crowd work, if like you were saying, it's fun to plant someone, especially if the audience doesn't know it.
Right.
Like I could ask, I could ask you to be the drunk in the back, and on cue, you start being that guy.
Right.
See, that's what I like
Just
about
by
Jeremiah
chance,
Watkins
you're homosexual.
and Adam Raid's little relationship. Like, that's kind of how I feel like.
Someone has got to have an extreme delay.
Who's your favorite person? Who's your favorite person that my favorite person is Don Rickles when it comes to heckling, because I think that was his whole show. The roast master. You guys know who Don Rickles is?
Yes.
Oh yeah. Your hockey puck.
Now I'm looking for the video. I don't see that one. I just seen the one that you sent me to line up.
Let's see here. You know, I want to do a pause real quick, Molly. I'm going to back out and send it, but there's a comedian that Brian was mentoring some years ago. His name is Josh Pollock, and you know, with you guys being students, I want to give you one of Brian's first students, and if you can pull that up, Molly, and I'll send you that other video, okay? And this is a tribute to Josh Pollock. And if you could play the one that said a comedian died today. Got to pull at your heartstrings just a little bit.
So this dude is dead?
Yeah, he was hit by a car after a show. He was drunk.
When?
I think Brian's doing the Harlem Shake.
Only videos I have the one thing saying I can't magically just find videos I never heard of. Y'all gotta send them directly to me so I can pull them up.
Josh Pollock.
Okay.
Dang. Oh, he probably hit my phone. Cause he had Rocky lined up next, whoever Rocky is. So I'm waiting. I'm waiting on that. Send me that video, Dave, so I can put it up.
Okay, all right. I'll send it to you. Hold on one second.
I'm dying again.
Oh no, we're losing him.
Got into it with a nurse. Somebody stole 2 blankets of mine today. And they wanted me like, well, you didn't register it. I'm like, well, register this shit. Fuck.
Need 400 cc's of fentanyl. Stat.
Yeah. Stat. If you don't like drugs, but like to sleep.
And hopefully not wake up like half a retard. Yeah, sure. Go ahead and do fentanyl meth. Why not? That was appropriate as hell. That was appropriate. That big long beep there was nice.
Yeah, the Fentanyl Credit Union, you know, your bank moving too fast, slow things down with the Michael Jackson gift club.
I got the penguin claw from it when it happened. I got it back though. I just can't feel my forearm.
I get the catfish.
Be right there.
Are they going to let you leave, or is it going to be like one of them things like you can't leave until you pee blood?
Pee.
Sorry.
I had my.
Everybody say hi to Ashley.
Hi.
Like they went in my urethra with them. I don't know.
Are they giving him a sponge bath? Oh.
No, not yet. That's going to be just probably deleted. Probably.
You could probably put that on OnlyFans, Brian.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I seen that chick again that I'd subscribed to her Only Scabs.
I thought about starting an OnlyFans and putting on a video that's just my brown eye blinking. You know what I mean?
Nice.
Does it breathe like most dogs when they bark?
No, check this out. Actually, my wife got pissed off, dude. I think my wife got upset with my proctologist. Okay, and I'm not even. I swear to God, this is serious. Okay, you're gonna think I'm joking, but this is a real fucking thing that happened. I had a colonoscopy like a month and a half ago. Okay, and my proctologist was a female, right? And so post my colonoscopy, she like comes to my bedside. I am just coming out of my anesthesia and stuff. And so they are talking about like the procedure and how it went. And the proctologist said that I had a pristine and beautiful ass rectum, right? That my rectum was pristine and beautiful. Those are the two words that she used to describe my rectum. And it fucking fucked up my wife something fierce. Like, my wife was beside herself about it. Like, these are not words that you need to be using to describe my husband's anus. And the doctor's like, well, I'm a professional. I deal with them every day. So, and I'm like, yeah, honey, she's an expert. She should know if it is a pristine and beautiful rectum. Like,
that's.
She said that about your tank.
Clearly,
it's
she can
fucking
see your
wrong.
asshole.
yeah, I'm like, dude, it's like this is my real fucking life. This is my real life, and you guys want me to come up with jokes? Fucking why? Why would I bother taking the time to sit down and write out some fake shit when that's the real shit that's happening in my day to day? Yeah,
That
see, my
little
function
yoga you got
junction,
right there.
we are the same, and bacon, we are the same. Like, we get it.
Writes itself if you're looking for
I'm like the
it. You just
bitch
got to be
for
authentic enough.
naked, get drunk.
Tonight, a comedian died. Somebody knows why.
All right, how's everybody doing tonight? Very good. You guys have a long, hard day at work? No? I know I did. I'm just glad I finally found something to do that I love. Unfortunately, smoking pot and masturbating all day isn't paying the bills. So I'm gonna have to find something new. Any animal lovers in here tonight? Yeah, got some animals? All right, it's wonderful. My aunt's got this little Yorkie. She loves it to death. Well, I wish. But she dresses this thing up in fucking dresses and all kinds of stuff. Feeds it filet mignon. It's crazy. I wish I was treated as good as this dog was. She got it a Halloween costume. This little cow. Had little horns, little udders, the whole 9 yards. She's like, let me show you, let me show you. Brings the dog out in this little cow suit, and the dog looks at her, looks at me, and just drops it head. And I just felt so bad for her. You look like you just took every last shred of hope and dignity the dog had. I wanted to give it a little gun so it could just shoot itself. We were coming back from Sarasota. I saw this wonderful restaurant that I just had to stop at. Wings and Wieners. And I'm going in thinking, God, I hope this is not a homosexual's rendition of Hooters. This is bringing you your food, wearing banana hammocks. Anybody here from Pine Island tonight? Yeah? Good. Hey, I know you're not from this joke because you can afford to come to the show. So what's the deal with dental hygiene out there? I'm just wondering. I see people with 1, 2, 3 teeth. What's up with that? Seriously. I mean, you got 1 tooth left. Knock it out and finish off the job that Candy started. Seriously. Nice night out. You guys enjoying the new weather? Enjoying the winter time? Good. You guys dress up like it's fucking Minnesota or something. Just figure out, walk around, it's 80 degrees, you're in fucking sweatsuits. What's going on? That's Josh Paulo. Yeah, right there is Josh Paulo. We're in a long sleeve shirt. There's Caleb. Caleb, you step in view of the camera. Caleb this year, this is Brian Young. So he's all right. Me, right? I'll take great whites looking for their singer. I'll see more Steve Perry from Journey. We're trying to put on a 4-hour show with about 30 minutes of material. We're going to see if it works out.
So we're ready for a good show tonight. Everybody ready to have a little bit of fun here? Good. Come on right into it, Now, I won't get a glass shot during the day. This comedy here doesn't exactly pay the bills. And I see some pretty crazy, wild stuff. I had this lady the other day. I was in the middle of Fort Myers doing this glass shot to this lady. And I go up to her, I said, ma'am, do you mind if I interrupt you? She looks me dead in the eyes, people. Dead in the eyes, and she goes, you use that pee, right? So, yeah. She goes, you just mind going out back? So I'm pissing in a pool. It seemed like it was the right thing to do. I am in the last business.
Hi, give me a light.
Fortunately. You know, I see crazy stuff. The one thing that I learned about the last business, you guys, is that it is a lot like dating a Latino girl. Oh, it is. It's a whole lot of fun at first, but eventually, you're gonna get cut. And that's just the way it happens. No. Man, my dad's a riot, you know. And all us guys, you guys can relate to this. We used to, like to explore our bodies when we were younger, you know. My dad comes in one night, he goes, Joe, if you don't quit touching yourself like that, you're gonna go blind. I said, Dad, I'm over here. Give me your hand up in the air. How many of you older ladies love my hair? More. I know there's more than that. There's one here, one here, one here, one here. I can't come out of this on a bad end. Right down. I got these 3 young girls come up to me on Fort Myers Beach, man. They come up to me and they go, oh my God, can we have your autograph? Can we please have it? They're on spring break, right? I'm like, sure. I sign all 3 pieces of paper. They look at it and they go, this is bullshit. You're not Dale Earnhardt Jr.
I'll be testing you on edged weapons.
Very good. You're very fast. You passed your test.
My mind is mush.
See that one
I
more
forget
time.
what I say.
One more time.
I still got stickers in my ass. Got that?
I see you guys looking at my hair tonight thinking, holy fuck, the greatest American heroes in the house. I can fly real high, I just can't land real good, you know. Coming down's a bitch. I see, yeah, I like to fuck with people at the drugstore, right? Because my hair, I pick it out, I get a pick, get it all big and nappy looking, you know, go in the drugstore to buy about 10, 15, 20 bottles of fucking lice shampoo. Just to fuck with the guy at the counter. He's going, fuck, don't get too close to him while you're checking that shit out. You might get something. And the only thing that's more embarrassing than going to the drugstore to buy lice shampoo is walking in and your ex-girlfriend's working the counter and you gotta buy hemorrhoid cream. But the good thing is she's already seen it, so you can give her the applicator, she can do it for you. And here's some things, I can give you some tips on things not to say to the police. You know, if you get arrested for domestic disturbance and you're in jail and the officer comes up to the jail cell and he goes, Josh, your girlfriend's here to get you. Don't come out of that jail cell going, I could just choke that bitch. You will get in fucking trouble. Other things not to say to the police. When you get pulled over and he goes, do you have anything in the car? You go, no, not anymore. I fucking smoked it all. Other things that you shouldn't say to the police, man. You get pulled over for the DUI stop, you know, and he's putting you through the fucking sobriety checkpoint and shit. Touch your nose, touch your fucking toes, do all this shit, walk the line. And then he comes up to you and he asks you the thing that he should never ask you, and he admits to it. I probably shouldn't ask you this, sir, but can you say your ABCs backwards? ZYWX. I can't do that shit when I'm sober. This is an old Irish toast, man. May the sun always beat upon your face. May the wind always blow upon your back. And may the sidewalks rise to your feet. And if I don't see you all again, may God carry you to your good graces. And this is to you, Wolfman. We appreciate this. We're gonna try to do this once a month, man. You guys appreciate you coming out, supporting our comedy.
I'll fix everybody up. Thank you guys. You guys are wonderful. Appreciate you coming out playing along.
Man, that's my time. My name's Josh Pollock. I appreciate you very much.
Tonight, a comedian died. Somebody knows why.
Didn't mean to bring the mood down, but I want you guys to realize just how precious, your life is, and you never know when it's going to happen. He was doing great things. He was an awesome guy, and I never met him. Matter of fact, I met Brian, I think, within weeks of him dying.
Yep, I knew it. This is an omen right here. I'm gonna die. Thanks, Damien. Appreciate it. Thanks for sharing all that stuff. Things are going just good enough for them to go wrong for me. If you saw my car, you'd understand.
You have a car?
Dude,
You have a
Oldsmobile
car. I
that was
don't
here.
have, I don't have a car. Bacon doesn't have a car. Or Bacon, do you have a car? I don't even have a car.
I have
I
two
shouldn't say
broke
this.
down in the driveway.
That don't fucking count. I'm talking about mobile fucking
Okay, one's in
vehicles,
the
Bacon.
yard, and I've like put pallets up and made it like a lawn ornament at this point.
Right. You got Jeff
I'm sitting in
Foxworthy
the
fucking cars is what you got. Fucking.
I got a death trap.
You got shit. You got shit they find when the fucking county comes by and mows your yard for you, and they just find a fucking car. That's what Bacon's got. She's got one of those cars.
Mine's rolling because it's got zip ties on the frame.
It's
And
a
then they charge you
Mustang that's been broke down for
$250.
years, and my mom won't let me part it out, and they done recalled it, and I could get a lot of money for the parts, but no. So I said, I literally just like put pallets and vines and Christmas lights and decorated around it.
Right.
Yeah.
I got a roll can hardly. It rolls downhill and can hardly get up another.
So the city ordinance where I live, when I lived with my sister, we spray painted a bunch of tires, and made like really cool designs on them and stuff. Everybody in the household made one, and then we stacked them together in like a cool way as like a yard design. And we got a notice from the fucking city that tires were not allowed to be used as landscaping decoration. I'm like, what in the fuck?
That's crazy. I'm out in the country and I don't have to worry about that.
Hey, Will,
as long as you didn't burn them, you were fine.
As far as crowd work and heckling, Molly, roll that video. I want you guys to see when I get heckled, when I stop telling the jokes, and when I go into the crowd because they started heckling me.
Right. Okay.
All right, now that you've calmed down, one more time for Magnum Jackson. We got some old people in the audience. Raise your hand. Bruce, don't be the only one. You're a dick, man. This is a joke that you can take back to your grandparents. What did one saggy boo say to the other saggy boo? If we don't get some fucking support soon, we're gonna look like we're nuts. Can I get a little bit more for that? I mean, come on, everybody. That's a stock joke. I didn't even write that shit, but I know it will work on this table because I'm looking under the skirts. I can see nipples hanging down on the floor. Yeah, I'm telling you, when do you, if you want my phone number, just call me, because I'm tired of cougars. I want a saber tooth. I ain't bullshit. I'd do you. I want someone with experience that can do their hair on a Wednesday
Okay, how long did it take you to do your hair? Ma'am, I'm asking you, how long did it take you to do your hair?
Not long at all.
I wasn't talking to you, man, because you've got a really short haircut, but that shit's all tied up, you know? Looks like one of those sparkly little things from Christmas. 2 minutes? That's how long I last. We're gonna get along great. Man, I'll give a woman the best 3.5 minutes of her night. After that, she better be making me a sandwich. That's why I like you. Bet you like sandwiches and sex that last for 3 minutes, because you probably want to see some rerun on TiVo or something. I love old people, because I'm going to be old someday. I'm a grandfather. Join the club. How many 38-year-old grandfathers we got in the audience?
What?
All right, just me. Thank you very much. The only 38-year-old grandfather. Okay, well, you guys are awesome. So again, I want to have you guys put your hands together for yourselves for being here tonight at Mugs and Jugs. What an awesome turnout. What an awesome show. You guys have been fucking awesome. What can I say? My grandmother, she's got asthma. She's cool. She also had a mastectomy, a breast cancer survivor. That's why I tell that boob joke. Right? So let's give it up for breast cancer survivors. Let's find a cure someday. My grandmother's 86 years old. She's finally named the other tit something. She calls it a unit boob. Yeah, it's cool. That's how me and my grandma roll. We're walking down the street. My friend of mine walks up and he's wearing a t-shirt that says, "Show me your tits." My grandmother goes like this. Thanks for laughing, right? My grandma would kick your ass. My mother was from Israel. My father was a Scottish Irish Mormon from Utah. Don't think I've had fucking issues my whole life. You can tell, right? I can see you looking, going, "Yep, this guy's got fucking issues." Cool. All right. How about your kids? They got issues too? They don't. You're lying. Oh, I'm sorry. What did you say?
Girls and 8 son-in-laws.
2 girls, 8 son-in-laws.
Wow. Wow.
This is the oldest hooker in the room. She's only 82, which means it's probably on sale. You're expensive? Honey, if you were on the rack and it was in the clearance aisle, I'd pay for 2 of you. So the only thing I have to ask you is, if I was going to get a blowjob, would it be teeth in or teeth out?
Yeah.
I mean, because I'm down. I love you guys for showing up to this comedy. I mean, that's what it's all about. Look, when I'm 82, you see this? This is my ass. I barely have one now. All right, it's gonna look like I have eyelids sliding down the back of my leg. One advantage of being 82? No, say that again. Say that again. No, you start over.
It's one advantage of being 82. It's easy to be.
It's easy to be a cougar. Let's give it up for the saber tooth right here in the front row.
Oh my God.
Right. Okay, you guys ever hear that expression, camel toe? Where it looks like a woman's vagina's eating her pants? You're probably dating him. The guy that's been waiting for his seat since 4 o'clock this afternoon. Let's give it up for the guy that's been waiting for his seat since 4. He's Spotlight Comedy. You guys are Spotlight Comedy. That's awesome. All right, well, that expression, camel toe, looks like a woman's vagina's eating her pants. My grandfather has had his pants right up here for the past 20 years. He's got a moose knuckle. All right, our headliner tonight has been all over the country. opened up for AC/DC Pantera. He's a really ugly fucking dude. I mean, hideous. But you should see how hot his wife is, so I'm just trying to figure out how much he's had to pay her to stay married. I think it should cost $250,000 to get married and $50 to get divorced, because the other way was my issue. Oh yeah, that was a good joke, sorry. Our headliner tonight has been all over the country. Please put your hands together for Brian Hamilton.
Anyway, that's crowd work. What do you think?
Bro, you roasted Brian before he came up. That's like, you know what that reminds me of? I got so this has nothing to do with heckling. Although I kind of felt like being heckled by my host. Okay, so the first time I did my headlining gig, my very first headlining gig, I get my best friend to host the show, right? And I gave him like almost a paragraph that I wanted him to say for my intro. And he got all of it. And he was notorious for not getting intros right. But he nailed it. He got all of it right and blanked on my fucking name. And I'm over at the side and I was just like, we're fucking friends. You know what I mean? Like, how the fuck do you blank on my name, you fucking asshole? Like, but dude, the way you roasted Brian before he came up, I was like, oh my God, that's fucking great. And I'm always a big fan of gummies. Like, bringing up gummies with old people, that's always a good way to go. You know, to like let them know, like, I'm gonna get personal even with you. That's wonderful. Like,
Brian, are you breathing?
I'm breathing, bro. I scratch my head.
What are you guys gonna do as far as, you know, when you get a heckler?
I mean, I think it's very situational.
That's what I was about to say. Like, it depends on who, what, when, where, and why. Like, I guess that's a part of the improv and being on your feet, like, and thinking on your toes. Like, you just have to handle it how it comes when it comes to the best
You
that
know
you
what?
can. at the moment.
I've seen Brian do it perfectly. Like if there's a group or a table or whatever, they just won't shut the fuck up. He'll stop his whole set and say, "Hey, hold on a second, guys. You guys want to hear some impersonations?" You know, and he'll switch up the mood just like that. So, Brian, why don't you give these guys some of your impersonations, please?
Impersonations, huh? Okay.
Impersonate Dickie.
Come on.
What's that?
I said impersonate Dickie.
Hey, you're gonna fucking listen for this. Hey, I got this right now. Hey. You okay?
Lock it in.
This is some impersonations. I can do
Hey, come
yeah,
on, do those impersonations, Brian. Come on, hey, do those impersonations. Come on, we know you got them.
fine. This is Rocky and Bullwinkle with some Casey Kasem and some older political humor wrapped around it. Hey, Rocky, what's that bull Casey Kasem out of my head? That trick never works. Oh, yeah, paper, sure. Nothing up my sleeve. Presto. Billboard ranks them, and the squirrels count them down. This week's long distance dedication comes from Monica in L.A. to Billy in D.C. Casey, would you please play? I burned a fatty in the White House. And Monica, keep your legs above your head and keep reaching for those cigars. Casey.
Yes.
Keep going. No, you're not done. Keep going. Keep going. I'm heckling you. I'm heckling you. Keep going.
You're heckling me.
A little bit.
I've had fucking blackheads heckle fucking better. Okay. Let me see here. My next impression here, you know, we can do. I'm gonna do Archie and Edith Bunker. You guys remember All in the Family?
Yeah.
This is Archie Bunker going down on Edith. and I'll keep it tasty.
Oh, Archie. Oh, Archie. Oh, your nose is so cold. All the way that Glenn Miller play songs that make the hit parade. With me, you fat bastard, all day. Those were the days.
I wanted a nurse to walk in right then, like so badly.
Oh my god.
Well, you know,
You're gonna have some explaining to do, I'm sure, because there's no way they're not hearing him.
well, you know, I've made such a vibe. They're probably afraid to walk in the room at this point. You know.
Who the fuck? This would be the thing that would make them want to walk in on somebody masturbating, like.
Well,
hey, I'm gonna heckle the rest. I'm gonna heckle the rest of the room. Tony Viagra, come on, man, tell that joke. You know, tell that joke.
That joke? I got like
Yeah, tell that joke. Tell that joke.
Okay, hold on a second. Give me 1 second. My ex-wife is incontinent. She went to France. Now she's in a different continent.
Oh my god. God
All right,
damn it, dude.
I'm hacking
Is
you,
there-
Tony Klein. Come on, do that joke. Do that joke, bro. Come on, man.
What is it,
You don't
Hairlip
want-
Joe
you don't
Exotic?
want-
What are you needing now? What do we got going on? You want to go fishing and you're not tired? That's what you look like. Hairlip Joe Exotic. Like that chromosome just missed a mark by that fucking much. Who let you live this long? People still give you food?
All right, Nikki, come on, do that joke. Do that joke, Nikki. Come on, come on. We know which one you're talking about. Come on, do that one joke. Do that one.
I can't. You gotta
Nikki,
shut the
wait,
fuck up
Nikki,
first.
do-
Like,
no,
hold on.
do that.
I will, but you gotta,
Do that joke, Nikki. Do that
you
joke.
know that thing that your mama told you? Shut the fuck up! Do it, and then I can do my motherfucking joke. All right, we ready? All right, so I was walking down 6th Street, and I kept asking everybody where all the street tacos were, and they said, "Excuse me, ma'am, that's racist. We just call them all whores here."
Hey, Will. Hey,
Yeah.
do that joke, Will. Hey, wait a minute. Hey,
Oh,
hey,
you
Will.
mean-
Will, do that
Wait.
joke, man. Come on, you know that one
Yeah,
I'm
you
talking
mean
about, Will.
you mean that joke
Just do
about
that
the
joke.
acid I sold you? Yeah, I remember that acid I sold you. Listen, I've been doing it since high school, man. And listen, here's the thing: when you only got 100 hits of acid, and there's 400 people that want your acid, some of you are just getting paper. Okay, I mean that's just how it is. I got some extra paper laying around, sold it to you, and now you're acting a fool on paper.
Review.
The new version of the Notebook.
What was? You have a notebook? No, it's
The
not
paper.
from a notebook.
The notebook paper.
Yeah, no, that's actually how I got expelled and not arrested. So that's winning in my book. But I actually, so I want to ask you. Can I ask a serious question here? So this wasn't a heckle that happened. I guess I didn't feel like it was a heckle, but so this is something that happened to me. I headlined a show at a venue that I used to do regularly, and then I moved to New Mexico, and so I only go there like once a year. And the first year that I went back, after not having been there for a long time, I do a headlining show. And at the end of the show, the people that worked there started yelling at me about not doing a particular bit. And they wanted me to go back on stage and do that bit. Like, and I didn't do it. I refused to do it because I was like,
That's pre-heckling.
I mean, yeah, I was just like, I don't know, because here's the thing, like, there's a reason I like, not that bit's not great, not that, but like, yeah, you like, if you're a fan of mine, you've seen that bit a bunch, but I never thought that they would have wanted me to, do a bit that I kind of retired. You know what I mean?
Well, it's kind of
Like,
like Andrew Dice Clay. Like, if he doesn't do it by halfway through the set, everybody's screaming for the nursery rhymes. Like,
right.
If
Well,
that's what
and
they want, do it for 'em.
I saw Gabriel Iglesias do the same thing when he played. He broke. It was the night he broke his attendance record at the state fair. Not the, I think it was the county fair in South Dakota, but like 11,000 people or whatever. He did his regular routine, like his new routine, and then he did like another hour of bonus material from old shows. But I mean, that's Gabriel Iglesias. You know what I mean? I don't have the kind of content to put myself in that same classification. You know what I mean? Not that I
If it
don't have
was
the
a
same
show that you
talent
were
or
doing
whatever.
and they're asking you, then do it. You don't
Right.
have to be because you are him that night.
I
in
just
your
felt
own
like
way.
it was so faux pas. You know what I mean?
it's
Like,
the equivalent of an encore. Like, you got asked to go back up and do it, so you do one of your classics.
right. I just, honestly, like it felt like it put a bad taste in the other performers' mouths when it was suggested, and so I was like, yeah, if it's gonna piss everybody else off that did the show, I don't want to do it. You know what
You
I
were
mean?
headlining, right?
I was headlining, yeah.
Okay, if you're headlining, it's fine. If you're not headlining, that could be awkward. But if you're headlining,
Okay.
then I mean, I would say yes.
Right, because
I
you're
don't
the
know.
closer already.
You're already
Right.
not featured, but you are the headliner. So I mean, it's
Right.
I would say that you're perfectly in your own right to do that, and you would be in your own right to other, but you'd also probably be in an awkward spot with your headliner, depending on how much influence that headliner had. If he's not that good, you might roll it. Yeah, that might happen. Hey, Damon, I was thinking of one time I forgot it when I got heckled. Remember when you left me at the Smiling Dog?
Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh, this is the story.
I
This
got
is a
into it with
story.
a biker.
This is a story about a transvestite Mexican stripper.
Well,
Okay.
Go ahead.
well, yeah, Damien went up, and then they had an open mic, and the transvestite, non-English speaking person came up to do, and it was awkward at best for the first 6 minutes, and then when I got to 9 minutes, I had to go up and I just had to go turn the music off because it was just that incredible, and I wouldn't normally do that, but then I guess it was a friend of the lead waitress, and she started to heckle me on stage with the biker who was on stage, whose name was what was it? It was named
Joker.
No, that wasn't Joker because it was something because his name was something I called him Pork Chop instead of or Lamb Chop or something like that. But he was pretty mad, and I got into it. I got heckled by the whole fucking bar. I ended up walking out, but I was pissed because I gave him all the fingers. And I realized that I didn't drive that night, and I was like, "Oh boy, that might have been out in the parking lot." And I had to have my ex pick me up. And I'm like, "Listen, I know that you hate me, but you might want to come save my life because I think my cocaine mouth is overloaded with my blue jay ass."
That's great.
So I'm sitting in jail. No, I'm kidding. Come on, here we go.
What had happened was,
What happened was, But anyway, that was an awkward night, and that owner was so nice. He bought me sound equipment, all kind of stuff. But they were dissing the owner, So I stuck up for the owner actually in the end of it. But what an awkward night that was.
Sounds like it. Did I smoke that whole thing? Fuck, I did. Goddamn.
Smoke it up, man.
Yeah,
All the
no,
way.
but I only have one cigarette left until my wife gets home from work, and that's not going to be till like 11:30. Three
Yeah,
more
you
hours.
smoking a third. You smoking thirds.
What planet are you fucking from? Like, I have a T-shirt with my face on it that says my drug of choice is more. You think I can smoke one cigarette 3 times? You're crazy.
Well, I understand addiction. Okay, so that would be things that aren't realistic to say. Okay.
right. Oh,
have
boy.
and LSD was a sport. I remember I sold there was like 65 people at a lake when we were and then 3 of us decided to chew a limb down. We were all sitting in this tree trying to chew this limb off, and there's actually video footage of it. And I'm like, that was some pretty good blotter.
Okay, what were you on?
Right.
I thought you were a bunch of
Acid,
squirrels
obviously.
running
But it
around.
was
Man.
Beaver Central. I tell you what.
Man, imagine getting a sliver in your gums. Ow. Fucking ow. That's all I can think about when I think about chewing on a tree. I'm like, I would get a sliver in my gums for sure.
That's how I feel about every time some guy's like, "Oh, I got some big wood for you to gnaw on," and they pull out a little splinter, and I'm like, "But it's gonna hurt."
Yeah. I never tell that lie.
Peck by the back of my throat. Just peck on it.
Right.
Do we have somebody's video to look at? Was it Will's? Still?
No, we looked at mine already.
Okay, I thought that. Well, I thought
I think they said they have Rocky's videos, but I think Rocky had a show. Or who's Rocky? Is Rocky the floorboard guy?
I
We
thought
did
Rocky
watch
had
that. We did watch his then. So
I think we watched
did we
everybody
watch
do that.
everything?
Yeah, I think we watched everybody. I think we
That
did.
was so. That set is actually a snippet of my set from the Snow Jam, which is like I have that whole set, but it's like 12 minutes. I didn't think you wanted something that was that long. It was only supposed to be 8 minutes, but it was so good that the guy who was supposed to light me forgot to light me, and so I just did extra material.
Let's see if I can do this. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
He finally admits something.
I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm
I
doing.
can't read the comments. They're like hidden by the screen.
My mom would say the same thing.
You are not alone. Is
Is
pre
pre-heckling like
Jackie
coming? Asking for a friend? That's one of the comments. Is pre-heckling like pre-coming asking for a friend?
You're asking for yourself,
Hey.
and it's exactly that. Swallow it.
I have a question. Is it still pre-cum when like you've gotten so excited, but then nothing happens, and then like 10 minutes later there's a fucking puddle in your pants? Like, is that still pre-cum or is that post-cum in some way? You know what I mean?
I
Because
think
it's like
you're just excited not
post-excitement,
to be
nothing
sad
happened,
anymore.
and now it just drained out anyway. What is that called?
That's
Like,
called like not blue balls. That's when they
Oh.
turn purple and spew out
I
instead.
thought it was.
That sounds like love.
I've been calling it being married is what that is.
Slave Kitty never did that. Huh.
Yeah.
I was a dungeon master for a couple of years. It was a very interesting job.
I've gotten into a couple games. I'll say this: it's more fun to play than I'd like to admit. But yeah, like I built a character and then I never got to play it. Like I played a couple times with some like random parameters of a character, and then I actually took the time to make a character, and nobody wanted to fucking play with my character.
I did the whole live action role playing game, the LARPing, where you make like little foam bopper swords and dress up, and instead of rolling to see who hits who, like you actually like fight it out to see who goes. And I preferred that a lot better. I had a better chance. The dice hate me. Like I do better on my own skill level in real life.
See, this is the dialect of nerd I don't speak, guys. I need English right now. What's happening?
We went from
A LARPing is live action role play, is what LARPing stands for. Live action role play.
Okay, try to keep in mind.
I ended up getting to be a dungeon master because this girl had a fascination with getting fisted. Single gentleman, 2 brothers, 3 wives, and 4 kings, gangbang, and that actually trumped it to where it went to. I mean, the problem is when you get to a situation like that is overcoming the next hurdle of the next time by outdoing what you did the previous time.
Right. That's how I feel in the bedroom.
Oh yeah. Brian, do you watch nugget porn?
No,
No, I just
what?
want to do what works. I'm not adventurous anymore. I'm old. Figure out how it's gonna happen, and then don't fuck it up the next time. Like, nope, go back, do that thing again.
Yeah.
Yeah, what I said was, do you watch nugget porn? I'm asking for myself. Curious, generally.
I really don't even know what nugget porn is, but you know,
Oh,
everybody
well, think about it like
Put
this.
nuggets
Think about it
in
like
and
you're
then
getting
shoot
fucked, and
them
there's
out at
absolutely
people.
nothing you can do about it.
'Cause I'm down.
There's
He's
no
got some
whims.
videos he wants to send you.
They're like a
Can
human
I like put a
fleshlight. And I
sauce
don't
cup
have to do
out
that.
there
You
to
can
see
Google
if
them in
I
the
can
hospital
shoot
right
it
there.
into the sauce cup?
They even make that little flipping noise. The plastic thing.
Wow. Wow.
Hey, next week there'll be a new topic. We've gone through work ethic. We've gone through heckling. Hey, Molly, pull up that that other heckling one that I just sent you. And you guys tell me which one was your favorite and why. You have to explain which one was your favorite and why.
Wow, you're so demanding.
It's all right. I'm a dickhead. Dicky head.
Penis stalactite.
Ah, Dickie, get your head out your ass.
Oh, wait a minute. That's the one. Never mind. It was. Yeah, go ahead. Do that one.
I went to UC Berkeley. I majored in math.
Yes.
Yeah, all right. Go Bears. We got a lot of Bears up in this. I majored in math, which is why I do comedy now. Now, a lot of people don't like math, but half of us are math people. Half of the world is technically above the 50th percentile. You know what I mean? If you don't know what that means, you're below it. That's just a simple test, right? It's a mean joke, if you know what I mean. But I write a lot of math jokes, you know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to use my degree. Now, people don't really respect them. Like, I can't go up to a girl at the bar like, hey, girl, your legs make a triangle so right. What did the triangle say to the square when they were buying a house together? Cosine, Samuel Bay, nice to meet you. I should be in. I should be in right there. But no, she's yelling at me. She's going off on a tangent. You know what I'm saying? I'm the tangent, guys.
Oh my
These are
God.
math jokes.
Oh
They're
my
all
God.
math jokes. They're all
Oh
math
my
jokes.
God.
All right. My family's originally from Beirut, Lebanon. Yeah, thank you. Go Beirut. I've never been there. I've been to New York, which is a little closer. Now, in New York and on the East Coast, they call the game beer pong Beirut. I didn't know that. Yeah, they call it beer pong Beirut. My friend in New York's like, hey, bro, you want to play Beirut? What kind of creepy racist question is that? He's like, come on, man, it'll be fun. I was like, all right. So I took him hostage. I didn't know how the house rules were. You know what I mean? But I'm part Lebanese and I'm part Palestinian, so I'm in the news all the time right now. Now, it's crazy because I'm Palestinian. My roommate is Jewish. So we always fight over his room starts and mine ends, okay? So, I mean, he pays more rent, but I've been there longer. You feel me? All right? You feel me? And we look the same. Now, it's tricky. I understand it. It's tricky because the Jews were in Israel first a very long, long time ago. They were there, but then they left. You know, they left. It's like you leave your towel on the bench press at the gym, and then you go, you know, you leave for 3 hours. Someone's going to grab that towel and wrap it around their head. But the thing is, we share culture all the time, me and my roommate. I asked him, I said, hey, man, what do you like most about being Jewish? He's like, I never thought about that before. I was like, just give me something off the top of your head. So he gave me his yarmulke. And I'm kidding. He sold it to me. Come on, these are all fun jokes. Everybody has a
God
good time.
damn it.
Bridge
God
the
damn
cultural
it.
relations. It's very important.
Oh,
It's good. What's that?
He said you need to stop picking on people. Start doing real jokes.
I'm just going to repeat what he said, and I'm not lying. He said you need to stop picking on people and start telling real jokes. What? Now,
Why are you applauding yourself, you jackass?
My brother. Okay, look. I'm a person, you're a person. I'm talking about real shit. Majoring in math, did that. Palestinian Jewish roommate, did that. Family from Beirut, did that shit. This is all real shit, brother. This is all real shit.
Yeah.
This is my life.
Yeah.
This is my life. You don't like talking about race? Or you don't like talking about race? Is that your thing?
It's the cheap way out.
It's the cheap way out, man. Well, you know what? Race is a reality to me, man. And it's a reality to most people. And I'm making light of it. I'm making light of it, brother. Why would the majority of the crowd be booing you? If it's... Did I have a turban? No, I do not have a turban. However, I will say, okay, look, You had a turban growing up. I didn't. Is that what you're saying? I get mistaken for being Indian all the time, and it annoys me too because there's a difference, bro. People are like, you're Indian. I'm not fucking Indian. You can't just pick any brown person and call us Indian. You're not Columbus. That one's for you. That one's for you. Dead. There's nothing wrong with being Indian. All right. Get out.
No. I'm not stopping you. I'm stopping you. You were handled. Let him finish his set. Thank you. But that was a master work.
I'm sorry, man. Sorry. I won't pick on anyone. I won't do any more racial jokes, okay? I'm just saying my best friend is Indian, so it's an arranged friendship, and we're very close. And I was born here in Oakland, and I was raised in Fremont. Fremont, it's a lot like Oakland, unless we're in our turban, if you know what I mean. And that's, thank you so much. My name is Samuel Bate. This is real shit. This is real shit. Real shit. Thank you so much.
All right, Brian, what do you think? Do you think he handled that well?
I thought he did touche. Bravo. I thought I handled it really well.
Yeah.
You know,
Tony,
there's what you should have a set list right there. He proved to him that, hey, this is on my set list. Fuck you. How's that?
Nope.
Yeah.
You don't think he handled it well, Tony?
I do not.
Which one he done?
Why?
He did.
I think you should shut them down immediately, and shouldn't engage them in like a fucking debate. That's a big mistake. I think you should just shut them right down immediately.
All right.
Hey there.
I think he did that.
Not quite yet. I'm still on my podcast. I'm doing that. Yeah, maybe in half an hour.
Christy, what'd you think, Christy?
I think he handled it, funny and on his feet and everything, but it did take the MC coming back out to shut the heckler down. Like, I kind of agree. Like, had he just, shut it down from the get-go, but I think maybe he didn't have the ability to do that, so he was doing his best to roll with it, and that's why the MC had to step in. Like, either way, it was hilarious. It made for good show, good content. Like, so I'm in the middle here, like.
Okay.
Wow.
Tony Klein?
I don't think the MC had to come in there and do anything. Particularly, man, he didn't need to do that. Dude that had it handled, there was murder in his eyes. I saw it. He did good. He had that dude shut the fuck down pretty well. He didn't have much response to it. And he was fixing to tear off on his ass. And that dude actually saved the dude in the crowd over, I'd have bled him out and fed him to the fucking wolves. Sorry.
Well, with that LARPing outfit, I'm sure.
Go ahead, Will. What did you think about that? Do you think he handled it well?
You know what? So yes, I do think it was. I think it was handled all right. But I do agree that it could have been handled better. I think I kind of would have to agree with the cowboy and say that not necessarily. The crowd was already on his side, and he's the one that drove it to it being but to be fair, I think it was a good moment to have, you know what I mean? But he didn't necessarily, I think he could have moved on from it just prior to doing that, but I can see the value in doing it and why he did it, you know what I mean?
Yep, I do. Well, you guys, what did you guys think of this class?
Oh, it was great.
It's always great. Fucking ammunition.
Yeah.
Well,
iron sharpens iron, man.
Absolutely, it does. Brian, what would you like to tell everyone who's listening? About what this journey is going to be with our class and what we hope to accomplish. Your mic's off, Brian.
Brian's lost oxygen, or you muted your mic.
Okay, did the right
There
thing.
you go.
Yeah, I think that listen, it's like tonight's class. For whatever it's worth, face value. At least you've got information to arm yourself when the situation arises. What you do or what you don't do depends on you. But nobody will know what to do except for you in that situation. Hard to critique somebody unless you did something very flagrant. As far as the class go, and so be ready, be prepared, do your best. And as far as the class goes, keep getting information. It is information that nobody can, it's the intangible that nobody can take away from you. The insight that you learn, whether you learned this and somebody else learned that, it's what you take away and how you perceive it and how you engage it and then how you apply it. And what I will say to you is this: you keep going, you keep persisting, you do your best, and believe in something or fall for anything, but you have to have a view one way or the other and just keep trying, keep doing. And eventually I'll see you at the top and you won't even realize it happened. You'll just push through and it'll take a long time. It might be 2 years before you push through that you realize that you really have this. And as long as you stay with it, the great Jeff Foxworthy told me this. He said, Brian, he goes, if you stick with it long enough, you'll realize when you walk in that room, you're the funniest motherfucker in the room. And when that comes about, you'll know that you saw your way to the top. And I wish you all good luck.
Thanks, sir.
you.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, thanks for being here, Brian, for sure. Get well
Listen,
soon,
I'm
man.
there. All you, for all of you, if you have anything, I don't care if it's 3:00 in the morning. If you call me and I answer, it's just because I'm up. And I won't, and if I'm not up, then just leave a message, but I will get back to you. I will answer you. I will give you, if I were there and I was giving the advice to my mother, my brother, my father, anybody about the right thing to do, I won't lead you astray. I won't lead you off the cliff. If you don't agree with it, just know that we're just different. But, and follow your gut and you follow your instinct, not by what I say. But if you want information and you want a guideline, you want rails to go by, then by all means, take a listen because I'll do it from my heart.
And I believe fully that a solid comedian has to really break down his own set. We all know there's plenty of times you go tell that joke and you hear crickets and you wonder what you went wrong when you did that same joke the night before, and it killed. But the consistency of always breaking down your sets and taking little things from everybody, but ultimately at the end of the day, the only way you're going to be a shining star is you have to be 100% you. There can't be anyone who can follow you, and you always have to be an improvement to any collaboration, and you have to stick out, better than everyone, and that's called getting noticed. Once you get noticed, well, that's because you put the work in, you put the time in, and you've worked with enough other comedians that'll sit down with you and go through their failures, and that's where the real strength comes through. Every time you bomb, I mean, if you had a job that didn't pay shit, right, and your job was to go make people laugh, and when you got up there, they didn't laugh, but you knew it was funny, and you knew it was funny in other situations, and you couldn't figure out why it wasn't funny in that situation. Well, that's where these classes can come in, and that's what the whole mission of this is. And we will always be here for anybody, and anyone who knows me will tell you. I don't care what time of day it is. If my phone rings, I get up, and I answer the phone, and no matter what. And we are a tribe of comedians, and the better we are to each other and learning from each other, the better we're all going to be. So, Nikki, you can the classmates, take us out. Tell me what you thought about today's class on heckling. I'll start with you, Tony Viagra.
Well, I thought it was, first of all, I thought it was good to be included in this class. Is this a one-time invitation, or I'm going to be a regular part of this class from here on out?
It's the class is going to change from time to time. There's only so much space.
Right.
You're welcome back.
Am I going to be in this group again, or is this a one-time thing?
No, it'd be a different group.
A different group.
Yep.
Well, it's great to see Brian. I hope he's doing well.
Thank you.
Great to see Dickie, Damien, and to meet some other comedians. I hope we get to do some networking. Right now I live in Jacksonville, Florida. and I'm looking for gigs. If anyone has any leads or ideas on gigs, please reach out to me, and I'd appreciate it. And it's just, I gotta be me. I gotta be me. I gotta be me. Oh, who else could I be? And I'll tell you, one of the secrets of stand-up comedy is that there is no secret. There's no secret. And the secret of stand-up comedy is keep doing it. Keep doing it. And that's the secret. Keep doing it and don't give up. And you're gonna encounter a lot of fucking assholes. A lot of them. A lot of comedy club managers are fucking assholes. And don't let them put you down. Because you know they're fucking assholes. They keep going and keep doing it and just keep doing it. And that's the key. And never give up. And that's the fucking key. And that's how I met Damien Seaman and how I got to do a gig in Missouri in January. And so I'm gonna keep hustling. I'm never giving up. I'm gonna do stand up till I croak, and maybe afterwards too. So
you'll haunt us.
I will haunt you, you motherfucker. I sure will. Yeah. And maybe I'll even be funny by then too. Who knows? But yeah. So
oh my God.
We love you, Tony. We love you, Tony.
Dude.
Christy, what about today's class? I know you were at the last one, so what do you think?
I really thoroughly enjoyed it. I've learned a lot because I definitely have to work on not being an accidental heckler when I'm drunk and at somebody else's show. And I need to work on like just crowd work in general. And if it backfires, or if somebody gets out of pocket, like how to handle that. And y'all taught me well. I took the notes. I hope that I don't like freeze and forget everything when I'm up there on the spot, because sometimes that happens. So we'll see. And thank you guys for everything. Like, I appreciate y'all taking the time to teach us newbies and show us the ropes, and y'all have helped us. And Tony, any networking that you need, like I will add you to whatever list I got going on. Like I know some comedians and things in Florida, so I will definitely keep an eye out, because it's all about pound of pavement, networking, getting your name out there.
hustling.
And like you said, hustling and just keep going. And I really appreciated that. I needed to hear that.
Well, please reach out to me so I have some contact information for you.
For sure.
Thank you.
Tony Klein?
Yes, sir.
What's your take on today's class?
Well, I got out of tonight's class, you got to be first. It's kind of the same thing through life, fucking just be first. If they fire it off, go for the throat. Don't give it a chance to breathe. Kill it with fire and smash its head with a fucking rock. Like right now, your dick's bigger. I mean, we'll leave that up for debate. Somebody lost that dick measuring contest, though.
Why me?
And Will, what'd you think? What'd you think of tonight's class?
No, I thought it was really good. I'm glad that I came for this one, because it just kind of solidified in me that, listen, generally I have a great stage presence, and I think that's a lot of why I don't get heckled, is because I don't seem like timid up there. And because like you're not going to get heckled if you're good and if you're controlling the atmosphere, and a good entertainer controls the atmosphere. So, I mean, it hasn't been much of an issue for me. I don't necessarily foresee it being an issue, but I'm confident that when it is an issue, I'm going to go for the jugular, and you're going to be sorry that you did. And everybody else is going to laugh at you. Oh, no, they're all going to laugh at you. Oh, no, they're all going to laugh at you. Yeah, so that's your own risk.
Well, good. Be ready for next week. Next week will be a different cast. Make sure you tune in and tell your friends. The professors will stay the same, but we'll have a new lineup for next week on a new subject. All right.
All right.
And so tell your friends and tune in and comment and, pick some people apart.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
You guys did great. We're gonna close it out with our closeout music, which is also our intro music, and I'll see you guys in the green room. You guys can kill it.
Do the
Talk to
Humpty
each
Hump.
other, exchange
Do the
information.
Humpty Hump. Do the Humpty Hump.
I
Do the
can't
Humpty
too wide
Hump.
for that.
Do the Humpty Hump.
I'm wide enough to moonwalk with a buggy in a Sparkman Walmart though in Alabama. I got detained doing that. Fentanyl's bad thing.
Well, I'm glad you guys came to class. Tell some others to sign up and send me some more clips. We'll go through them again, and next week's subject will be something else.
All right, we'll write that down in the notes. Something else for next week.
Yep.
Peace, brother.
Anything at random. Fuck it, spontaneous.
Yeah.
So now what are we doing? Are we still live? Or where's the song?
Technically, yes. Peace. It says live.
Peace.
It definitely is still going. We are still here.
Yeah. Like it's like everybody see that movie Groove Tube? Anybody ever see that movie Groove Tube?
I like watching Ferris Bueller to the end when he comes out of the fucking bedroom in the bathroom. He's like, "You're still here?
Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing?
Watch the Groove Tube.
Leave. Get out of here."
The newscast scene in the Groove Tube. You never saw the fucking Groove Tube? Come on, man.
No.
I lived under a rock for a long time, man.
Bro,
There's a lot of shit I
Cowboy
know.
Rusty.
It's a classic.
I want to say that
the Groove Tube.
You slowing it down.
I want to say
saying it more
that
doesn't help.
during your last little bit where you were saying it was so fucking great that the entire time your face was all half cut off, like every fucking 60-plus-year-old person that you've ever done a Zoom with, fucking just having it. It was great. It was so funny. Like I don't know if that was intentional, but it was funny as fuck.
Has anyone ever seen Pink Flamingos? Pink Flamingos.
The drink
I see 'em
strippers
all
are
over.
birds.
The movie, Pink Flamingos.
No.
You gotta watch it. It's a classic. It's great. You gotta watch it. You gotta watch it. It's fantastic.
Everything with you is a classic, Tony.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I remember when my son was little. This was like right before I went to prison. He was like 5, and I had him for the weekend. And his mom sent Moby Dick for me, or no, not Moby Dick, Treasure Island. She sent Treasure Island for the book for me to read to him at night. And I don't know if you've ever read Treasure Island, but it's full of fucking just absolute gibberish of pirate speak. It's like the most fucking ridiculous thing. And I fucking read like 2 pages of this shit to my kid. And I never read it when I was younger because I had terrible parents. You know what I mean? I'd never been familiar with it before. And so I fucking read 2 pages of this shit to my son. I call his mother right away. And I'm like, what kind of garbage you got me reading our fucking kid? Like, this is fucking, she's like, it's a classic. I'm like, yeah, classic piece of shit. Like,
my kids were made to watch the Wiggles, and the Wiggles gave them the clap. The Wiggles had the clap, and they gave it to my kids, and my kids gave the clap to me. It was fucked up.
The clap? What are you talking about?
Song by the Wiggles.
Oh, I don't. Is it anything like that fucking shark song? Oh my god.
No, it says,
that
I'll go ahead
baby
and do it. I've got the clap and I'm giving it to you. I've got the clap and I'm giving it to you. I've got
real
the clap
song on
and
their
I'm
show?
giving it to you. Who's got the
There's
clap?
no way.
I do.
That's a real song from a kid's show. Don't let your children and listen. If that's a song on your children's show, don't be letting them watch that show. That's a terrible show.
I didn't do it, man. I don't live there anymore. That's their mom. That's all mom. Tennessee. That's some Tennessee shit right there. The Wiggles, and I think they're like from New Zealand or some dumb shit.
Let's roll that music,
God.
Molly.
I think he's had a